Right, so here's a little video for limited space. As you can see, I'm kind of deliberately moving out of where I would normally do it. I've got a mat and maybe 6 inches in total width, kind of about one body's length long. Figure this might be useful for people who maybe travel a lot or just don't have a lot of space. They're kind of on holiday and staying in a hotel room, you just want to move around a little bit. So here's a bit of space, a little bit of mobility, maybe a little bit of strength, just a bit of moving around, and we'll see how we go. Cool, so this is gonna be about 10 minutes. We'll start lying on our backs. So come down to lie down. Relax those hands at the fingers, have a little wriggle, relax them out, relax your toes. Give your whole body just a little squirm and a shake around. Maybe just reach the arms up over your head as best they can. If you struggle for space, grab hold of the elbows and then just push those ways, if you're pushing your elbows to the end of the room. And then exhale, bring those hands back down beside you. Place right hand on your belly, left hand on your chest. And just begin to breathe slowly, inhaling for 4 seconds, out exhaling for 6. If you find that difficult, do 3 and 5, or if it's really easy, do 5 and 7, but try to feel as if you feel your rib cage expanding in those 3 dimensions, left, right, up, down, forward and back, all the way up to the collarbones. Exhale down. Just take 2 more of those to get started. And then slowly bringing those arms back over the head again, grab elbows. If you need to, draw the knees up in towards your chest and give them a little squeeze, give them all the way in. Exhale, let that left leg come down out in front of you, squeezing that right leg in. Again, we have limited space, so you're never going to really get a lot, but you can begin to explore through some of that hip. Maybe you can just draw it across the body. See if you can tap the walls. Maybe if you've got that little space, you could scooch the bottom over one direction, give you that little bit of extra space. And we never have to stay completely on our mat. Hopefully we know that. And then grab that right knee again, maybe shuffle that bum back, lift your left foot just off the floor so you can hover it there, push your hands into your knee, keep pushing the hands into the knee, try to keep the arms straight. This foot is nearly touching the floor but not quite. Don't let it come up, keep pushing down, reach the left leg long, reach the chest up. This one's still lifted, we're hovering here, take your right leg out in front, hover here in this long kind of boat pose. Bring your left knee in towards your chest, slowly wrap the elbows out to the sides, round your spine down, come down onto your back. And again, maybe just shuffle the bum towards the right if it's not already. And then draw those mini circles in that hip, left and right, out and around. Again, you can maybe just tap the walls. You might need to shuffle towards one way if you're just going to draw it across the body a little bit. And then come back again, straighten the arms, look towards your knees, push that knee in towards the hand. As you come up, you get to this point, reach this leg, this right leg as far away from you. Try to lift through your chest up, but the chin stays down. We're back here again. Take the left leg long, hover there just for a second. Feet are still hovering. 3, 2, 1. Cross those feet over, roll over onto hands and knees. And then just begin to wrap and roll and shake the body around again. So it's a perfect opportunity to see if you can play with the idea of bringing shoulder blades together and then parting them. Again, thinking hands always moving the weight in towards the knuckles, the thumb side of the knuckles somewhere. And then you just take those cat-cows, you take those little barrels, just moving both directions, livening up the spine. Tuck your toes under, Walk the knees in just a little bit. Try to push through the upper back again. Tuck tailbone, draw tailbone under, just lift the ribs up, lift the knees up, hover and hold here. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the right foot, lift your left hand. Doesn't have to go all the way, just bring it across the body a little bit. Come back through to center. Lift the left foot, lift the right hand, come across. Do that 2 or 3 times on each side. Doesn't have to be big movements, can just be mobilizing. You can maybe begin to try to look all the way back behind you, catching yourself on the elbow. If you go too far against the wall, come back towards the midline, hover here, sit back towards the toes. Come back forward and backwards, forwards and backwards. Just move into whatever range you have, trying to bring some weight over the wrists each time. Now drop to those knees. Inhale, draw your arms up over the head. Exhale, pull them down through cactus. Again, I'm kind of hoping that you don't have too much, maybe you'll just have a bed one side and a wall. So again, shuffle across, hands down behind the back, interlink the thumbs, interlink the fingers. Exhale, just roll yourself down. See if your forehead can maybe land, lift the arms up. And then exhale, bring the hands back down towards the floor. Again, fudge and shake yourself around. So we're going to play with those little tripod transitions. Again, lift the knees, hover. So again, try not to collapse into the chest. Try to lift through your back, hover and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot lifts, left hand lifts, bring it across. Come back to the other direction and towards the other direction. This time, as we go back to towards the first side, that right foot lifts, that left hand lifts, the left hand comes behind your back. Now you're in like a reverse tabletop. Lift your hips up and then just move the weight towards your toes. Maybe let your heels lift a little and come back. Move towards your heels and come back. Move towards your heels and come back. From here, you're going to keep your left hand on the floor. The right hand lifts up, left foot lifts up. We bring it back through towards the front. Again, move back towards your toes and forward. Imagining each time you're going to get ready to pounce. We're not actually going to jump forward in this, but imagine you're just like a cat ready to pounce forward. This time, you find right foot lifts. Left, no, that's a lie. Left foot lifts, right hand lifts. So we're coming through here. Plant your left foot, bring the right hand down behind you. You're now in this reverse tabletop again. Maybe this time, if you had the fingers facing behind you last time, face them forward. Lift the hips. Sway backwards and forwards. Feel the wrists, the forearms, the shoulders pulling. And then turn those fingers back behind you if they're not. Walking yourself towards your toes. I know you're facing away from the camera now, but you're just squatting on your big toes. So you're just up like this. And then walk those hands back behind you. Again, we're going to lift right foot, left hand. Come back through. Find our way back down onto hands and knees. Again, hands come behind the back. This time, see if rather than your normal thumb being on top, you can shift the whole fingers down to the opposite is. We'll take that little rabbit's hair pose thing again. Roll down, forehead to the floor, arms somewhere over the head. Remember, if you've got any neck worries, and don't actually lean onto your head too much. Stay in child's pose and just bring the hands up. Bring the hands back forward. Come up into your plank or low plank on your knees, your choice. From here, we're just going to come down through chaturanga. So again, this might be on your knees, and bring the weight forward over the wrists. Bend the elbows, push back up, drop down to your child's pose. Try to feel like you're pushing that floor away from you. It should help you almost tuck your tailbone under, engage your midsection, switch your belly and your core on, lift the knees up, roll yourself forward into high plank. And then again, drop to your knees if you need to, or come down through your push-up, come back up. Drop to your knees, come back this time. knees, chest and chin are going to come towards the floor. See if you can keep your elbows off the floor, but the elbows wrapping in, shoulders down away from the ears, and you just gently drop down. Push yourself back up. I know that one's a challenge, it's a bit different from what we're used to. And then again, push those hands away, roll yourself back through to high plank. Walk your left hand into the middle of your space, roll onto the outside of the left foot, the inside of the right foot, side plank. If ever you have trouble with side plank, either drop your left knee to the floor or bring your right foot in front of you. So you kind of have these two options there, but try to lift through your side body. Exhale, bring the right hand back down to the floor through that little vinyasa thing again. Come down, push back up, use your knees if you need to. Drop to your knees now. Come to knees, chest, chin. Grab the floor, pull it towards you. Roll yourself down on towards your knees, your chest, your chin. Push yourself back. Again, feel like you push that floor away from you. You grip it, you lift your knees, you roll yourself. I know how difficult it can be on carpet. I'm doing it here. Walk that right hand into the middle, roll to the outside blades, lift that hand up. Exhale, bring it back down towards the floor. Come back towards that plank and then walk yourself forward. See how far you can go, straight legs maybe. Turn the toes out. So they're going to be about hip width apart, maybe just marginally further out. Draw yourself up into this position here, into this little squat pose. My last now, you might find that you can only get to this point, stay there, but try to move the weight back towards your heels a little bit and then squat down just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down to the floor, push your bum to the sky, hang down over your legs and sway between the left leg and the right leg. Bending one, straightening the other. And then walk those feet in a bit closer. We're nearly done for this little video. Sink the bum down, draw the arms out, maybe up over the head, maybe in front, maybe down behind, but feel as if your feet are gluing down and pushing out. That almost feels like it pulls your thighs in. You should feel like the glutes, the outside of the legs will fire up again. See if you can gently stick your bum out behind you, shift it back. Finding this position here, keep pushing out, lifting higher, dropping down, just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to the floor, bum to the floor, sit yourself down. Bring your right foot in front of you. Again, if you've got a wall or a bed, that could even come so it touches to give you as much space as possible. Bring the other leg around to a little 90-90 as best as you can. If it's tight for space, just pull your feet closer in towards your bum. Then just gently look over the right shoulder. Can you breathe through your nose in and out the whole time? Come back towards the front. Gently take the twist in the other direction. And then come back to the center. Sweep that left leg round. Pull the right foot back behind you. Left foot in. And then again twist towards the left. If you've got something a bit walled, air conditioning unit, something that's there, maybe you can just use one hand to post you up, the other one to draw you round if space is tight. And then slowly come back round, twisting the other direction. Come back towards the center, unhook those legs, take them out in front. Just bounce your knees out and let some of that tissue relax. Give some of the shoulders a relax. Close your eyes maybe. Give everything a little nod and roll and a shake. And see if you can now just relax down through your chest as if you're sinking down. Keep bouncing the knees, keep bouncing the knees, keep bouncing the knees. Till you come down, let the whole body bounce and shake. Wriggle everything around, close the eyes. Take 3 breaths to return to a slow, steady breath pace. Just watching where your mind goes, noticing how quickly you start thinking about what you're going to have for supper, what you felt you did good or bad. Apparently how you can't meditate, whatever these thoughts that come up. Final breath. Still feeling that lungs expanding three-dimensionally. And then again, draw those arms up over your head, lengthening them back behind you. And then relax back, draw yourself up. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Any feedback, let me know. Any requests for types of videos you'd like, let me know. I'm kind of going to be a bit more on it now. Got the studio all sorted, so yeah. Cheers guys, hope you enjoyed that.